Hello and welcome to Wingin' It, and welcome back to another Wingspan tournament game. We're here in the Zigzag Heron Dash, game number 3 of the group stage. And having won games 1 and 2, we've got off to that perfect possible start, and we hope to continue it here. So yeah, we are going first in this game, so we're going to jump in. We are going to get a look at what we've got in our starting hand. Hopefully we can get off to a good start here. Okay, not loads loads of brown powers. In fact, just the one, this Hermit Thrush, which, yeah, not really something I would be looking to go for. So, this might be a little bit tricky. Are we going to get saved by the tray? Okay, I mean, we have got Wagtail. We have got Wagtail, so we could definitely do something there. Always a bit of an enigma, that bird, but in the forest with some card access could be the way to go. So in terms of the bonus card, okay, Ecologist, Bird Bander, those are both pretty good ones. I probably lean towards Ecologist here, because what I'm thinking is Woodstalk, always a good keep, always a good bonus card bird to be getting down, and certainly put that in the wetlands. I probably would grab the Common Swift here, because if we're going to look to go Forest Engine, it's quite a good one to get that teal power. So yeah, I could certainly see a world where, let's say, we keep a bunch of food, just the Woodstalk, get the Wagtail down, take a bit of food, hope for some Carboness birds that are going to come up that we can add into this Forest Engine. But yeah, otherwise not really too much to go off. So I think we will go Ecologist. And yeah, as I say, not really anything else in this hand that excites me. So we'll lock that in. And yeah, we're going to be crossing our fingers, hoping that this Wagtail can do some good for us. Always, as I say, a little bit of a risk, but I think we're going to need to take it with what was not a great starting hand. All right, our opponent has picked. We'll see what they've kept. 2 birds, 4 food. Obviously, one more bird than what we've started with, but we're going to add to that. We're going to pick up these 2, as I say, Wagtail and Swift. Hopefully not reveal anything too good. Okay, well, Abbott's Booby is quite nice. We'll see if that's going to get taken. But no cup nest birds have come up, so yeah, obviously with this power you can reset the tray. It's a little bit risky. I think we've got to take those risks. I think at least for a little bit at the start of this game. Probably we'll take food, try and get this Woodstock down, and then maybe, you know, something good comes up in the tray that isn't a cup nest, we can go and grab that. With at least a bird in the wetlands, we'll get 2 cards there, and yeah, see what that can do for us. But yeah, we're sort of hoping that we can add to this Forest Engine start, you know, get some nuthatches. Ideally, you find a tucking bird, you get a robin or a green swallow or something like that, so that you suddenly get access to tray birds. That is going to be our aim. But Purple Martyr's gone down. That's the sort of tucking power we're looking for. Tuck and draw, obviously different habitat, but nice bird to get down nonetheless. Let's get our Wagtail in, and yeah, we're going to keep, as I say, the food for this Woodstock, because I think that's probably going to go down quite quickly. This Swift, we can sort of hold off on that. I mean, it's a 5-point bird for 1 food. Even if we just get 1 round worth of usage out of that, I think it can be worthwhile. Certainly in the early game, I think it's better to keep hold of the food so that you can get birds down more quickly, rather than necessarily focus on turning them into points. But it's something like that honey buzzard, you know, maybe that could obviously be a nice combo here, but I think we're going to have to be resetting and gambling. So opponent's drawing, not picking up any of that stuff. We're going to grab these nectars, and all right, moment of truth, reset the tray. Whoops, there's a Benelli's eagle. That's not what you want to reveal. So that's Wagtail, kind of 101 there, straight off the bat. We did at least get a card here in the Honey Eater, but that's a pretty terrible one. So yeah, don't think I'll be going for that, but I'd say probably. Okay, Bird of Paradise. I mean, we could pick that up, but it's really not what we're after. I think what I'm going to do, I think probably. I mean, you might keep drawing. I think probably I want to wait and see if more nectar comes up, but also maybe be ready to draw from the deck if needed. So I think probably get this Woodstock down to see what we get. Okay, I mean, that's actually a pretty good find early on in the bonus card, Mechanical Engineer. So I think Yeah, no questions asked. We'll go with that. And hopefully, and we've got 2 pretty good bonus cards really early on here, so hopefully we can do something there. We can, yeah, make sure we are at least scoring points well on the bonuses. And we're doing all right for this first end of round goal, so we'll kind of see how that plays out. I think Benelli, I should have paid attention when it came up. I think that does point left. But really, I'm not going to get too sidetracked on playing Bad Bird like the Honeys. But okay, Nuthatch, that's kind of what we wanted, but that's gone down. So okay, you probably want to take food at the moment. I kind of want to not take food and give you a bunch of nectar. I could draw cards and I could spend the nectar myself. I could also just get this done. Thing is, I'm going to need to be laying eggs at some point, and even if I'm not using this common swift power, just by having it down, I'm getting the extra eggs. So I think we'll go with that. And yeah, that just gives us a bit of an option to maybe bide our time somewhat, just by laying eggs if we don't necessarily want to go to the bird feeder. But we'll kind of see how it goes. But yeah, probably going to have to be relying on this Wagtail power. Keep resetting that tray. Keep gambling a little bit. I mean, I might want to do that last turn of the round. Or you've not taken food. You've laid eggs as well. Okay, well, that means you're probably going to want to play a bird then. Do I also lay eggs? We're just playing chicken with this bird feeder. Maybe that's the approach. But yeah, you could certainly be looking at playing a bird. So maybe we'll take food. Maybe we'll just bite. And okay, I mean, to be fair, blue-grey gnatcatcher is quite good here with the common swift. So I think we'll take that. And guess what? It has a beak pointing left. So I think we can lay eggs, get that down. Maybe push. We should be at least tying this end around goal. I'd be surprised if you get 2 more birds down, but I suppose you never know. But yeah, this will help. I mean, every worm is going to be a point with this swift, so in terms of birds that could have come up there, not too bad. But okay, barn swallow now. Barn swallow now going down, and Pukeko there. Pukeko is scary. Getting eggs in the wetlands here would be really, really powerful. So, I think I might have to block that, but it would slow down getting the gnatcatcher into the game. That's the issue. I suppose if you really wanted it, you could have just taken it there. I think I'm going to leave it. I don't know if that's going to be a mistake, but I think I'm going to leave it. I need to prioritize, yeah, getting this gnatcatcher down. For potentially some points this round, but also so that next time when we take food, we do actually get the extra point here. So yeah, well, fingers crossed on the Gecko not getting picked up. But this is potentially a really nice start to the wetlands here with the swallow, with the martin. Double tuck and draws, you're just scoring points, you're cycling cards, you're finding good stuff. We know Benelli in hand as well, so that, yeah, just gives the opportunity to go and draw cards and know that those cards will be turned into points at some point later in the game, even if they're not going to be birds that you play. So we've got to watch out for that. But all things considered, yeah, from the starting hand, I think we've actually got something good going here in this gnatcatcher. This is going to be really good for us with the swift, with that combo. I think we're going to need to, yeah, find a little bit more maybe to add to this forest before I can start considering an engine. And all right, on to our next turn. You'll see Pukeko is still there, so yeah, might not be one that my opponent wants to go for, in which case leaving it probably the right decision. But we're going to play our gnatcatcher, and yeah, as I say, that does put us ahead on this end of round goal. But I think Benelli could potentially be played here if you wanted to tie it. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, got this gnatcatcher in the game. That, as I say, for the tempo is important, just to start fleshing out this forest a little bit more. So hopefully we can get some more good stuff to add to that. As I say, really ideally we're looking for one of those nice forest tucking powers, but it's a big deck of cards in Wingspan, and you know, looking for one very specific kind of bird normally ends badly. So we're not going to rest all of our hopes on that. But yeah, Wagtail, You're going to need to help us find something, even if it's just finding something to go in this wetlands to maybe, yeah, be able to go and draw cards and find the big point birds to play, because we should be good for food. We should be all right there. And so playing birds is going to be good. But okay, it looks like maybe... Is that a fresh tray from this round or last round? I'm not actually sure what you did there. Maybe you did go and draw cards. Maybe they did pick up the Pikoko. We will see. But yeah, that's not an especially good tray, unfortunately. Cormorant might be something that is not terrible if we are going to have some extra food to go and then go into the wetlands. Yeah, okay, that looks like Pikeko food, so maybe that is going to get played. But okay, I think, yeah, do we take this Cormorant? It's kind of tempting, but I feel like we've got to look for better stuff than that. So let's take some food, take some nectar, get some extra worms, and we've got to reset. We've got to gamble. Okay, Fairy Wren. That's not terrible. That's not terrible with a star nest. We have already got the Gnatcatcher as well. That's less than 30. So I think we will take that. Oh, wood swallow. Another cup nest that we could take, but there's also that flycatcher, which I think could be useful just in terms of getting some eggs going. In the grasslands, obviously. Not really got much of an egg source at the moment. So that could be a potentially nice option. But at the same time, with this end of round goal, I kind of don't want to be laying eggs. I kind of, you know, just want to leave my eggs alone, leave my nests empty. Maybe think about laying eggs next round. Okay, well, flycatcher's gone anyway. But yeah, I think that wood swallow could be quite tempting. As a nice easy pickup with a cup nest. So I think we'll go ahead and do that, and we can just keep getting a little bit of nectar, getting these worms as well. We know, as I say, every worm is a point with the Swift, so that's something to think about. But yeah, really kind of need some wetland birds. So we were getting some okay stuff that can maybe go in the forest, in the grasses, but especially with this ecologist, we're going to want to fill the wetlands out, and especially with that third in a round goal, might be something. It's going to be a little bit tricky potentially. Up against, yeah, what could be a wetlands engine being built. So we might just have to take our loss on that one, but yeah. So if we can, I mean, ideally max out mechanical engine if 8 points, and if we can get, I think 6 is normally what you aim for an ecologist in a reasonable game. So 14 points from those two, I think that's pretty good going. But yeah, just need a little bit of support from elsewhere, I think, in this game. All right, back onto our turn here. Oh, it's not Pikeko, it's Spotted Owl going down in the forest, so that's not a bad option. With the bonus card, so okay, 5 turns left in this round. Ideally, as I say, I mean, we could even do like wood swallow and then start to play even more birds. We have got some cup nest birds coming up in the tray, but they're not great ones. I mean, Lazuli bunting, I don't really want to be giving eggs away to my opponents, so I think we'll be leaving that. But yeah, let's take cards, and it's tempted to get rid of this honey to just so I can get a little bit more food, another nectar. So we'll do that, and time to reset, time to gamble. Okay, I mean, Northern Mockingbird. Oh, and now Whooping Crane's come up along with the Kakapo. But this isn't bad. This could be, maybe we just go full gamble. You know, what's the point of using Wagtail once when you can use it twice, right? So that could be an option. But yeah, Whooping Crane, kind of what we want. So I think if that's still there, we've probably got to go and pick it up. But yeah, unsurprisingly, along with the Kakapo, so it's going to be all bonus cards over here. We've got to be, yeah, a little bit worried of that. But okay, 4 turns left here. I think we could play the wood swallow and then immediately play the mockingbird in the forest. And then maybe then play the fairy ant after that. There's also a kind of an option maybe to play this later. So I think we could well get more birds down. So we could actually, maybe we play the fairy wren and lay eggs. Play the mockingbird, take food. We could easily get 5 for this end of round goal. But obviously, if we play all 3 of these, we could get 6, and that's quite a nice option to go with. So I think you could potentially get to 5 or maybe 6, and so that might be important. So yeah, I think I'm going to play the Wood Swallow now. I think I'm going to play Wood Swallow early. So just help the tempo a little bit, because potentially I could keep this, could play it later, get more eggs from it, but actually this now means the next time I lay eggs, especially if the fairy wren's down in the grasslands, it means actually I can start discarding food, which I should have a fair amount of, get some more eggs, as opposed to actually if I just laid eggs there, I'd only be getting 2. So yeah, that's kind of always something worth considering. And we'll do Mockingbird, and yeah, to be fair, I mean, we don't have to commit with this fairy wren. It's sort of just there as the nice wild card star nest for mechanical engineer. Maybe get a couple of eggs off the power, but I mean, if we find something nicer with the double wagtail as it's potentially going to be, then we could always look at playing that instead. But yeah, kind of lots of the big point birds that we'd be hoping for. Bonelli would have been nice. Whooping crane, even that kakapo would have been good. They're all over here, so we've got to kind of watch out for that, as that's going to come in later. But yeah, if we cross our fingers, we can hopefully get maybe a nice Atlantic puffin or something like that. Some nice big point birds to play, because I think it's really what we're after in this game. So you are taking food. We're going to play our Mockingbird, and yeah, 2 turns left. So as I say, probably what we'll do here, sort of the backup plan, the default assumption is going to be that we take feed and play this fairy wren, so that we can win the end of round goal. Because with nectar here, that means the bird's definitely going down. And yeah, playing this for the end of round might be the best option. But if we can find some alternative to go in, yeah, either the wetlands or the grasslands, and I think that's going to be nice. And yeah, the points are looking healthy. We're getting a good score here. We're very tied up in lots of these nectars, but that might be the way we score points here, is targeting these nectars. But this common swift is going to score loads and loads of points. I say nice synergy actually with this gnatcatcher as it's turned out. So that will hopefully, yeah, give us a big chunk of points, which is going to help us in this game. All right, on to our next turn here. Okay, you are laying eggs. Means we're going to see something probably forest or wetlands here, which actually might mean we're okay for this end of round goal, but we will see. We will see. Let's take some food. And yeah, given that we might not need to play something, we might take some non-nectar here, just to be prepared. So to be honest, I probably could take fish because we've got loads of worms. So time to copy Wagtail. We're going to reset this tray. Baltimore Oriole, that's not a bad find at all. Big points. Can we get something second time round as well? We cannot. That black noddy would be potentially quite nice. So I suppose we could actually just go and pick that up as well by drawing cards here. Because that's a nice big point bird. That's going to help for this ecologist, as they really do need some wetland birds to come in here and help us out. But yeah, nice big point Oriole. That's certainly good. And maybe we'll look to play that. And yeah, mechanical engineer, it's getting there. It's getting there, certainly. With these star nests, that's going to help us out. But hopefully we'll be doing all right there. So, oh, Yellowhammer. Now, I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready for a Yellowhammer there. Okay, that's interesting. So you've got 4. So you are going to play something and get to 5 then. Interesting stuff. Maybe you do a double play or something and get even more than that. I think, I don't know, this noddy is super tempting, but it is going to cost us some end of round goal points to go ahead and pick that up. Is this fairy wren worth it with just a couple of points? I think I might have to sacrifice the end of round goal here, because I think that noddy's too good. And to be honest, I could even pick up that hawk and just at least get something going a little bit more in this grassland. So yeah, really hard to tell what's going to come in here, but I think we've got to pick these up. So we'll take noddy, we'll take hawk. Okay, well, that moorhen actually would have been quite nice if we found that. But at least Franklin's goals come up now. I suppose that's the nice thing about revealing good birds at this point in the round is, yeah, it's too late. Unless you're going to play like a Brant or something like that. It's too late to get hold of those. But yeah, Yellowhammer. Round 2 Yellowhammer is still very dangerous. Okay, Woodpecker's gone down, so we're tying. But man, all these bonus card birds with the Yellowhammer is very scary and very concerning. So we're going to have to watch out there. But we'll just truck on with what we can do. Score points on the Swift. Yeah, so Tanya and Round a little bit disappointed, but there we go. Into the next round. Little Penguin. Yes, please. I will take you. So we're going to grab some nectars. And yeah, I suppose actually it's another potentially small bird, so I might keep hold of this in just a little bit longer, but Copy Wagtail will pick this up. That's going to be really good. And could take the Storm Petrel. I'm going to gamble. Ooh, okay. Well, that's actually quite interesting. Common Grackle. Could we go Forest Grackle here? Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Because we have just revealed Chiff-Chaff as well, which is less than ideal. But considering, you know, if we're copying this Wagtail, if we're getting 2 cards each time, even if we're just getting 1 card each time, if we can tuck that behind the Grackle, that sort of negates the need to go into the grasslands here. So I could just throw away this Hawk. Maybe even, to be honest, just throw away a bit of food. Slay Nation, get the Grackle down. I'm digging it. I like that. I think that could be a good option. And yeah, just give myself that opportunity to get some more points in the forest, but really the eggs. It's kind of what's key. So, okay, Chiff-Chaff. They've not bitten for it. Sister Cola's come up, which is actually another quite interesting one. We're just going to hit Mechanical Engineer with nothing but star nests at this rate. But yeah, Sister Cola into Fairy Wren could be really good. But I think, yeah, 5 turns left. When we lay eggs and we play the Grackle, we can then take food and I think potentially still do Penguin, maybe even like, don't know if we can do Penguin and Noddy. It's a lot of fish. But potentially something like that. So I think I might keep the Hawk just because, I mean, if we've got extra cards, we can copy the Grackle later on if we need to. Stitch this rat that we know we're not going to need anymore. And yeah, have a slightly strange engine. I'm not sure if I've ever had something quite like this before in the forest, but I think this could work out a treat. So yeah, Grackle, as I say, Grackle, probably food. I don't know if we can do both of these, but certainly, I mean, we could always just do food twice. Then play the Noddy, and to be honest, the last round might be quite straightforward. It might not even really matter too much. As long as we get something from the Wagtail, that's going to be key. I can't be picky because I need cards. I'm going to be tucking them under the Grackle, but as long as we get something through each time, we could score points. And yeah, we've got these big point birds to play. Oriole, Penguin, and yeah, if we can get our hands on Sister Coda into Fairy Wren, that could be quite nice. And we're sort of getting closer to that dream of the 6-point ecologist and the 8-point mechanical engineer. So you're drawing birds again, and so yeah, to watch out for this Yellowhammer, but we'll see how that goes. So let's do Grackle. And okay, I suppose if we're going to do maybe food twice, maybe I spend double nectar here. I can always spend a fish. So I'm just thinking, actually, maybe if we did, is there a world where we do? Yeah, I think it's too much fish to do both of these this round. As nice as it would be for the end of round goal, just don't know how possible that's going to be. So I guess actually maybe we do like, yeah, I think let's just spend the nectar. Let's spend the nectar while we've got it, because there's no guarantee that we're going to be able to spend all of the nectar that we're getting. And also with this forest, you know, I want to make sure I'm holding as much of a lead in that forest nectar, because Yellowhammer does help. Yellowhammer does help in spending nectar and scoring points in those nectars, but it's not really a big food generating forest here. So I think as long as we can sort of try and keep the advantages that we've built in these nectar races, I think as long as we can win 2 out of 3, I'd be happy with that. But there's definitely a chance, especially with these big point birds, if we get lucky and we get lots of nectar, to go and play those. So you are laying eggs now. We're going to take food, hope for some nectar. There we go. That's what we like to see. So we'll grab a couple of those. tuck the hawk, and yeah, I think let's copy the Wagtail. I think we want this Sister Cola first of all, and I think we're going to reset. Okay, that's not exactly what we wanted, because we were hoping for some cup nests there, but yeah, I think probably we just take food again and then start getting these wetland birds down. And yeah, maybe fairy wren, maybe that's the one that has to get sacrificed here with the grackle, and we hope that something better comes up with Sister Cola, because I think, to be honest, as long as we do penguin, noddy, oriole, I think, oh no, we might still actually need one more star nest. Because the thing is, we've just got loads and loads of cup nests out. We've actually, yeah, not really got enough as it stands for mechanical engineer, but we'll see how that goes. Let's take food again, because you just did, yeah, only grabbing one nectar there. And I want to see if I can get more to maybe get the noddy down. So there we go, that's what we want. And yeah, I guess actually, I take another fish. Might take another worm. Just for next round swift. And okay, yeah, do I ditch the Sister Cola? So I think if I did, I think I've got to keep this oriole. I think that's just too good. But I think if I did fairy wren, oriole, noddy, penguin, those nests would be enough for mechanical engineer. So maybe the Sister Cola does have to go here, unfortunately. So sorry, but we need the points. Okay, well, we've got 2 cup nests. Definitely going to block that because I can't have my opponent having that at this stage of the game. And yeah, I guess we pick up the Hawfinch, because as I said, we're kind of not fussy at this point. Doesn't matter too much what cup nests come up, because really that last round, I mean, if I'm going to do noddy this turn, I think last round we could potentially just take food twice and then play oriole, play penguin, and maybe still play this fairy wren, but I really would like something better. Go in the grasslands and help for mechanical engineer as well. So there goes Kakapo. Very nice. Probably going to take food there. Play a bird. Let's get our noddy down, and yeah, we can clear off this grackle. So as I say, there's potentially a world, depending on the cup nest situation, depending on the Wagtail, there's potentially a world where we could be copying the grackle and scoring big points if you've got these extra cards, but we'll see. We'll just have to play it by ear. And yeah, still a 0 on this mechanical engineer, which looks concerning, but as soon as one of these 2 star nests goes down, we're going to get some points. And then once the other one goes down, and maybe a third, we'll get even more. So yeah, more food being taken about us. This is the thing, not much nectar's coming up, so I think we're looking good in these habitats. Could change in the final round though, but we'll take Swift Tuck. So yeah, this is going really well with the Gnatcatcher and the Swift. And I think we should be in a pretty good position even next round if we're taking food twice. You know, we've already got 2/3 of the food we need here, so we just need a little bit more for the oriole. We should be in a good position to get a bunch more tucks on the Swift to score big points there. So yeah, happy with that. Happy with how that's going. And there goes Whooping Crane. So yeah, all the big points. The bonus cards. This is really good synergy with the Yellowhammer with these bonus cards, and yeah, stealing the end of round goal as well. So very nice. For my opponent, coming into the last round doesn't really matter too much, though we have got some cup nests. So I think I've got my eye on those. I think I'll be grabbing those where I can. But I say probably going to be taking food. I think if we take food twice, we should be okay to play these through. We should have enough food and then still use the Swift. That's going to be my best option. So let's go ahead and do that. Can we get some nectar? Yes, we can. Just the one. Not loads of it coming up. So this oriole might be quite tricky to play, but let's tuck the Hawfinch. And okay, do we... I suppose the thing is, if we copy Grackle here, we're only going to have one card next turn to use on the Grackle, so we may as well copy Wagtail here and actually just pick these up. And yeah, I don't know, I suppose this could be an option. This might actually be, although no, we do, I think we do still need the star nest, this is the thing. Because yeah, we need these star nests down to actually score the points off mechanical engineer. So I think we play penguin here, clear out the grackle egg, then take food again, and then play Oriole and Fairy Wren, and we maybe see where our nectar's needed, but yeah, I think we've just got enough of a lead here because there's just really not much nectar coming up. So yeah, only 1 in supply. That's not enough to catch up in any habitat. So I think we're good there. So let's get the penguin down. Yeah, clear out this grackle. So should be quite straightforward. I think probably thing is it's going to be tempting to actually just not use the Wagtail because there's always a risk that I reset the tray, and for as long as my opponent's not drawn cards here, they could just go and pick up anything they want. That is a very nice flycatcher. Forgot you'd pick that up, so that's a lot of eggs going down. But yeah, 2 turns left, so you probably got to draw cards if you do want to use the Wagtail, or the Yellowhammer, I should say. So, do I actually... Yeah, I mean, maybe I just play this Fairy Wren now with the 2 worms. I think that's actually not a bad idea. Because it might just put you off going and taking food, because I think if I take food, I could always leave a reroll. And that's a bit scary. I think let's just get this down, because yeah, you're not gonna... I think you're not going to catch. It's unlikely, and I'm probably, to be honest, I'm probably going to need nectar. I'm probably going to need nectar for this Oriole. So, yeah, let's do the Fairy Wren. Although I don't know, because the reason I'm hesitating is because I might get something better. So let's actually just take food. Let's just take food, because we know. Okay, wow. We have to do some overpaying, I think, for this Oriole, which is a little bit annoying. But we can throw here, so I guess we do throw that. I don't even know. I guess take the food that's going to make it annoying for my opponent to try and get more nectar if they need to. And yeah, we will tuck you. I think we do copy this grackle. Tuck you as well. Get a worm back, and oh, is it worth the risk? Is it worth the risk? I think it is. Oh, okay, well, there's the American Robin we wanted ages ago. Maybe you could still do something with Moltoni, even at this stage of the game, but yeah, let's take that. Oh, and just reveal the other eagle. Oh man, that is definitely not ideal, because now I suppose you can just draw cards twice. Now you don't even need food for the Yellowhammer plays. That could have gone better. That could have gone better. I'll put it that way. But yeah, I suppose even if I'd not reset there, if my opponent's going to draw, they're going to go blind from their deck and maybe find that anyway, especially with the Marten and the Swallow. So not ideal. But we've still got our plan. We're going to do... Yeah, I think... Are we going to be okay here? Oriole... Yeah, I think we're still just about going to have enough food to get both of these down, and then still get the 5 tucks on the Swift. So that's kind of our priority here, is being able to do that. And yeah, this Oriole as well, I don't think it's going to win us the end of round goal, because probably you put Benelli in the forest. But to at least get a tie there, I think that's okay. And yeah, split the difference across the 4 rounds. I think that's not too bad at all. But yeah, I'd imagine, as I say, this eagle's going to get picked up, and we're going to get done to us what we did in our previous game in this tournament. And we're on to our next turn, and no surprises. eagle has been picked up. So yeah, I think you can just about get them all down with the rat in the supply as well. So that's definitely worked out nicely. But we don't have to worry about nectar, so that's at least something. So yeah, let's get our Oriole down. So we'll spend like so. And then yeah, the 2 worms to play the fairy wren, and the 5 remain for the swift. And yeah, this fairy wren, as it turns out, I'm glad I picked it up, but as it turns out, it's going to be a pretty good play with the 2 ecologist points, with the 5 extra on mechanical engineer. So that's definitely welcome. And then yeah, it looks like we're just going to get the 3 eggs from it at the end. It's kind of annoying that it's less than 30 when I've played 2 birds that are exactly 30 and we'll miss out. But you know, we'll take a few eggs from that. It's not too bad. And yeah, decent birds to get done in the end, but not quite on par with these eagles that I think we are going to see come down. So lots of big point birds on this board, lots of bonus cards. I think we've got to be watching out a little bit here. This could be a close game. And all right, on to our final turn of the game here. And there we go. There goes him. Eastern Imperial Eagle, 1 of 2 that we are going to see come down in this game. But yeah, time for our fairy wren. So, as I say, a rather unassuming play, but it's going to unlock plenty of bonus points here. So that's worked out a treat. But yeah, don't like to see the eagles go down. So going to be a little bit twitchy because lots of tucks over there. I suppose we have got our swift, which has got lots of tucks. And that grackle, I mean, it went down late, but picked up 5 tucks on it in the end, and those eggs were invaluable to get more birds down late on in this game. So that worked out nicely. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what these bonus cards are going to be, and then we still got the Kakapo over here as well. So scary, scary times. And alright, on to our teals. There is Benelli, but Benelli in the grasslands. So we are going to win this end around goal, and we're going to take these 5 common swift tucks as well. So yeah, there we go, picking up some extra end around goal points. Happy with that. And now it's into the yellows. So I say this Kakapo. It's going to be 5 bonus cards over here, which is intimidating. Just the 2 for us, but I say it's 2 good ones, so I don't think I can really complain. Mechanical Engineer was such a great find early on. Always like to see that. And it's kind of 2 good reasons to draw this. One is it's so good for you, but the other is that it means it's not over here. So nice and yeah, reassuring. And it's time for the fairy wren eggs. So yeah, just the 3. But we'll take that. That could make all the difference here. This could be a close game, but it is nice to be winning all these nectars. Not loads of nectar spent all game, to be honest, but we were able to get hold of enough with the forest engine, winning all 3. That can often be, yeah, so important. So we'll see what that's going to do as we come into these final scores. So not loads of big point birds for me. Did get a few done at the end. We do pull out slightly ahead, but yeah, these bonus cards, this could be where the damage is done. 24 does pull my opponent slightly into the lead. We're going to bring it back slightly with a few eggs. Nothing really in caches, but tucks. Both players had quite a lot here, so it's pretty close. Are we going to win this on the nectar? We are. And what a close game that was. 119 to 117, just the 2 points in it. So super close one. Those fairy wren eggs indeed helping out at the end there for us. So let's take a look at my opponent's board. Wow, okay, Falcon are coming through from the Kakapo. Exactly what you want to see. Very nice. And yeah, site selection, nest box, large birds, and ethologists. So bit of a mixed bag. Some good ones, some not so good ones. But yeah, super close game there. I'll say just those 2 points. But good bonus cards for us. Always happy with Mechanical Engineer. Always happy with Ecologist. So yeah, some nice ones there. And it's helped squeak us over the line here in a very close game. So there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed watching that one. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you want to see more tournament games, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you're following along. And I look forward to seeing you in another game very soon.